Hey guys, it's me, Gary Lee Stanley, your sales guy, but I'm also Gary Lee Stanley, your collector guy. How about collecting? What are you collecting today? Hey, this is part two of part one. We are at my very first new channel here. We're going to talk about selling and looking at buying and enjoying and all types of things we can do with rocks, okay? Because I'm a rock hound. So if you're a person who's a collector and you're wanting to start a collection, how do you get started? Well, one of the key things that you can do if you're wanting to collect rocks is you can go out in your own yard. You can probably find some different types of rocks, different types of pebbles. But if you're sincere and you want to learn about rocks, you can go to school, you can get a geology degree, okay? Or you can just go ahead and be a rock hound and just do your due diligence to study the different types of rocks, how they're made. I mean, it's amazing. See this stuff around my neck? This is called gold. Believe it or not, that was a rock and it was attached to some kind of stone or something at one time. So I'm wearing gold around my neck to remind you that if you're a collector, let's get started. Let's talk about collecting. Now, this is one of my favorite pieces. My friend, he passed away, David Burns, gave this to me here recently. And David Burns was an avid collector. He collected all different types of stuff. And we had a chance to live up in Baltimore, and we got to do some traveling all the way up the coast. And we did rock collecting. I'm a rock hound because they've got all different types of work projects. My hand's kind of dirty because I've been messing with some rocks. If you are, and we would go, like if you're driving and you see rocks on the side of the road, up north they had all kinds of projects and stuff they were doing. I would stop and I'd look at all kinds of different rocks and I'd start collecting stuff. You know, some of the cool stuff that I collected this when I was up in Cumberland, Maryland. I was doing some work for a couple of weeks out in the woods, and I found this rock pile, and I found all these different types of locations that had rocks in them. So what I did was, I made sure it was legal for me to be able to get some of those rocks, and they said, yeah, take whatever you want. And I've had, like I said, gifts of rocks from people who've been able to, help me with my collection. I've got some collections that are better than others. And this one is a very pretty one right here. This one's really nice. Like I said, I have all different types of collections here. You can purchase these online. You can actually go to garage sale where people have old rock collections and stuff that they get rid of. Or maybe you're just like me. You like to collect wherever you go. I love to collect. I've been collecting ever since I was a kid. I remember, I got a little book when I was a kid about rock collecting and about coins. And I was probably about 9 years old. And I lived in North Carolina, and we had all kinds of rocks out there in the fields and in the dirt. So I just started going out there and start just looking at rocks. And I got, kind of excited. I'm a little sweaty right now. It's hot outside. I turned my fans off. But I'm enjoying my day because I'm talking to you about rock collecting. This is part two. And like I said, I've been collecting rocks for a long time. And these are just, like I said, some samples that I have. I've got some put away in other rooms and stuff. I collect rocks. I collect, all different types of things that, people, I never even thought about it, collect. And I collect art. I collect coins. I collect comic books. But I really love collecting rocks. I love looking at beautiful things. And like I said, you get a chance sometimes to be able to run across something really cool. And this is, like I said, this is a bunch of different little rocks that I had picked up here and there, some gifts and stuff. But remember, if you're a person, if you're thinking about rock collecting, remember too, if you like rocks, this right here, I found this when I was a kid in North Carolina. That little small one right here, this arrowhead, this beautiful, beautiful arrowhead. I found this. I was slid in. I think I was 11 years old. I slid in the home plate. And this is what I found, an arrowhead, rocks. It was like, oh my gosh. And this is a spearhead that belonged to my friend. And I found all these different rocks and stuff. These, ones that have crystals and stuff. I found some of these. And some of these, I did purchase. Now, I did also find like this fool's gold. This fool's gold stuff, man. This is really, really, really cool stuff. I thought I got rich. Oh, crap. I found it up in Maryland, outside of the city somewhere. And I thought, man, I done got rich and found out it was fool's gold. But it was also exciting just to have that as far as my collection. My name is Gary Lee Stanley. I am your sales guy, but I'm also your collector. And today this is part two of collecting. and just showing you, this is one of the tools I love to use, when I do my looking at my rocks and my stones and my collections and stuff. I even have some dinosaur bones and stuff that my friend gave me. These are some cool rocks and stuff. Some of them are very valuable only to me, but for some people, they see a beautiful rock. So if you're a person who's a rock person who loves buying rocks or looking at rocks or collecting rocks, you're in the right place. Thank you for watching my show today. Just a little follow-up of part 2 of part 1, my very first video. This is my second video about collecting rocks. Hope you have a wonderful day and go out there and collect some. I love to collect me some rocks. Okay? All right.